intelligence invites us to examine the growing intersection between technology and human rights. It challenges us to reflect on the double-edged nature of artificial intelligence as both a tool for development and a potential amplifier of harmful narratives, including hate speech. As a leading institution charged with the protection and promotion of human rights in Nigeria, the National Human Rights Commission asserts the intricate relationship between hate speech and human rights. In its base form, hate speech seems to be an illustration of the freedom of expression. However, in its impact, hate speech is a violation of human rights to dignity and freedom from discrimination, amongst others. The National Human Rights Commission remains deeply concerned about the rising spread of hate speech, particularly as it takes new and more dangerous forms from digital technologies powered by artificial intelligence. Hate speech is not just a threat to individual dignity, it is a direct attack on democratic value and social cohesion. It violates the right to dignity of the human person, the right to be free from discrimination, and the right to participate in public life without fear of suppression or violence. Over the years, the National Human Rights Commission has taken significant steps to confront hate speech and its multipolar challenges. Firstly, in the build-up to the 2023 general elections, the Commission launched the Mobilizing Voter for Election project, the MOVE project, which focused on promoting access, participation, and accountability. Recognizing the toxic role of hate speech in the electoral process, the MOVE project identified it as a major obstacle to voter inclusion. Secondly, the Commission established the National Hate Speech Register to record incidents and trends across the country, allowing for real-time documentation and response. Thirdly, we have conducted specialized training for our staff nationwide to monitor and report hate speech across both traditional and digital media. Fourthly, in recognizing the centrality of media in combating hate speech, the Commission issued an advisory on the role of media in countering and reporting hate speech, recognizing the powerful influence of the media and the need to strengthen responsible journalism. Fifthly, in April 2025, the Commission issued a major advisory opinion on the protection of the right of freedom of expression in Nigeria in response to concerns about Cybercrime Amendment Act 2024, particularly Section 24, which was criticized for restricting freedom of expression. Ladies and gentlemen, the challenge before us today extends beyond traditional platforms. Artificial intelligence, especially in its generative form, is reshaping the way information is produced, consumed, and disseminated. The same technologies that empower innovation can also be exploited to generate, amplify, and target hate speech with unprecedented speech and reach. This scenario portends dangers for the enjoyment of the right to privacy as guaranteed by Section 37 of the 1999 Constitution as amended. Algorithmic targeting, manipulated images, deep fakes, and automated bots, hateful and discriminatory narratives can now be crafted and circulated far more efficiently, often bypassing existing regulatory frameworks. If not addressed, you'll agree with me, these technologies can incite violence and reinforce dangerous stereotypes. As we move forward, the Commission is expanding its work in this area by exploring AI-based tools that support early detection of hate speech and misinformation, partnering with tech platforms and regulatory bodies to encourage transparency and in algorithmic content moderation, and to demand accountability where violations occur. Additionally, developing a national framework for the ethical use of artificial intelligence and digital technologies in line with human rights principles, particularly as it concerns youth engagement, elections, and social media governance. Ladies and gentlemen, the threat of hate speech in the digital age is real, but so too is the power of solidarity, informed voices, and ethical leadership for the enjoyment of the human rights dimensions of these emerging technologies. As we mark this year's International Day for Countering Hate Speech, we call on all stakeholders, especially our media friends, our youth, and our digital platforms to join us in building a Nigeria where human rights are respected, protected, and fulfilled for all.
Hate speech is on the rise worldwide. The increase is seen in our communities and in conversations taking place across multiple spaces. Nowhere is this increase more apparent than on social media. Social media, the anonymity has given cover for disinformation, misinformation, and in extreme cases, hate speech. The theme for 2025 International Day for Countering Hate Speech is Hate Speech and Artificial Intelligence Nexus, building coalitions to reclaim inclusive and safe spaces free of hate. In this new digital age, or as more countries prioritize digitalization, hate is not just growing. Hate has now turned into a business. It's used as a weapon and often optimized for maximum impact. AI tools, which should be really helping us, are often used to spread hate. The nexus between hate speech and AI can be a dangerous mix if AI is developed and used without sufficient safeguards. It can perpetuate inequalities, discrimination, or be misused for surveillance. Algorithms and systems learn from our best, but they also learn from our worst behaviors, meaning that when machines copy our biasness, injustice spreads, amplifying injustice rather than stopping it. However, AI is what we make of it. It is crucial that AI reflects our highest values, and these include inclusion, dignity, and justice. The United Nations has globally raised the alarm, and the Secretary General's strategy and plan of action on hate speech demands urgent action, as hate threatens not just individuals, but the very fabric of our society. Tackling hate speech remains a top priority in the UN system. To address this issue, a whole-of-society approach is necessary, emphasizing the importance of partnerships. This is why we are so pleased to see so many of you in this room. Civil society, members of the media, academia, individuals, and government. The UN in Nigeria works with the government both at the federal and state levels, works with civil society and tech partners to combat hate speech, both online and offline. Our collective efforts focuses on building coalitions to utilize AI for good, aligning with the Sustainable Development Goals, in particular Goal 16, on peace, justice, and strong institutions. Our shared commitment includes awareness, recognizing the various forms hate speech takes, such as online slurs, coded language, and stereotyping. We also focus on accountability, pushing for policies that protect free expression while simultaneously curbing incitement. This includes stronger platforms for accountability, transparency regarding content, ranking, and the labeling of AI-generated speech. We also call for action, supporting educational programs and campaigns that celebrate diversity through education, advocacy, data, and digital literacy. We help foster stronger coalitions against hate. It is also vital to support community groups, traditional and religious leaders, and community leaders. They are often the first responders in crisis, working to build coalitions against all forms of hate, intolerance, and discrimination. We must remember that words matter. They possess the power to heal or harm, to build bridges or burn them. Hate, as we know, is a learned behavior, but so is compassion, making education, empathy, and dialogue our most potent tools for breaking the cycle of hatred. Silence is consent. In today's digital world, staying neutral is not an option. We must collectively pledge to speak with courage rather than remaining silent, to listen with empathy rather than ignorance, and to act with conviction rather than apathy. Every instance where we challenge a hateful comment, share a positive message, or include someone who feels excluded, we are actively taking a stand against intolerance. Let us commit together to unlearning hate, protecting truth, and strengthening democracy. We must say it, live it, demand it, and we must say no to hate.